Have you ever needed to use an extension ladder but weren't exactly sure you were using it the right way? So let me walk you through some items relative to choosing an extension ladder, but also more importantly, how to set it up safely so that you can use it without hurting yourself. Extension ladders come in all different sizes and colors. This happens to be a 24 foot, so it's 24 foot of max reach. I've had this particular ladder for probably 15 years, manufactured date of February 2008. When it comes to choosing ladders, something to be aware of, and this goes for both extension ladders as well as step ladders, there are multiple duty ratings, and the duty rating therefore equals a load capacity. So you'll see a 1AA, 1A, a type 2, a type 3, and more importantly is it's going to identify what the load capacity is. So this one's 300 pounds, more than adequate for what I'm trying to do. These stickers on the ladder will also tell you the highest standing height as well as the total length, which, as I just mentioned, was 24 feet. Somebody might make a comment about the ladder itself or setup on, is it OSHA approved? And the reality is, folks, OSHA approves nothing. Components and actions by humans meet the requirements of OSHA, or the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. OSHA approves nothing, period, ever. They won't. They create standards for us to follow and manufacturers to follow relative to occupational safety and health. So no, they don't approve things, but things do meet their requirements. Now the traditional extension ladder is going to have pivoting feet on it. You might see some special ones with extensions, but that flat foot is meant to rest on a flat surface, such as if I was using it out there on the concrete. Now over here when I'm in the grass, what I'm actually going to do is flip those feet vertical once this section moves out of my way, and that'll allow me to take these serrated edges and poke it down into the ground to make sure that it doesn't slip out from underneath of me, particularly if this surface was wet. It'd prevent that from slipping. Now because of where I'm at, with this being a hill behind me and needing to get up right here, I'm going to take my ladder and carry it over and set it to where the base of the ladder is right effectively where I want to go. Now to stand the ladder up safely by myself, I'm going to come to the far end and just walk the ladder up in my hands until it's vertical. Now because I have the base right where I want it to go, all I have to do is turn and pivot that ladder. Now before I take and fully stand this ladder up and show you the extension process, one of the things I wanted to point out on the side of the ladder, and I've been teaching this for years when I worked in safety and health, is how do you know what angle to set the ladder at when it is fully extended, which ultimately determines how far away from the house, or in this case, the vertical surface that I need to be with the base. So what it tells you to do is we're trying to achieve a 4-to-1 ratio of 4 up for every 1 out. And the easiest way to check that, and even what the manufacturer's stickers show, is set your feet at the base of the ladder, and when you reach out, I should be able to put my palms right on the ladder rungs. So you can see this ladder is laid down far too flat, and the danger of that is it's not necessarily designed to work its full load capacity at that flatter angle. Now likewise, if this ladder was stood up very steep, you can see my hands are all the way through the ladder with my toes at the base. So this is far too steep. Now it's less of a structural concern, it's more of a human concern as far as falling off of it, as well as balance, because you are nearly right over the top of the base, so you have far less stability of that ladder staying up against the surface. Before we can extend this ladder, we have to undo the lock of the ratcheting and holding or support mechanisms of the extension ladder. Now when I get this raised up, I'm going to take and put that lock back down in position, and it helps to keep it in position and make sure that those rungs don't kick out of where they're supposed to be. With the ladder ratcheting mechanism unlocked, I'm going to stand the ladder up just a little bit. I'm going to grab with my, in this case, right hand, and I'm going to grab the rope with my left and push and pull at the same time to gain myself some height. Now, I'm going to lean it back up and test, and I can see that I'm still about 3 feet short. So I probably need to go another 2 or 3 rungs. And I'm going to lean it back against the garage. Now I still have to set my angle properly. This is just getting it the majority of the way up. So now I'm going to take and pull the base out, Because I'm on grass, I'm going to flip those feet so they're down and poking into the soil surface. So you can see I have the feet flipped up so that serrated edge is down in the ground. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is get on just the base of the ladder and kind of bounce my weight, and that's going to seat those feet and make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. I've got my feet pushed in. As I go up the ladder, I will lock the ratcheting mechanism. I got my ladder all the way up to my electrical box. Now in this particular case, I have nothing I can tie my ladder to, although I do leave a rope on my ladder at all times on the top rung. That is for my securing the ladder in other situations. In this case, I'm using the siding as kind of a guide and a catch to make sure that it doesn't go laterally left and right while I'm working on it. So I'll take one step on the ladder, click my lock, and I'll go get my parts. So working off a ladder is less than ideal. However, I've got my tool pouch on, all my tools, my lights, things in my pockets, so I can use 3 points of contact while I'm climbing my ladder and get to my working position, then I'll take care of my task. So now that my task is done, let's take the ladder back down. So the first thing we have to do is reach up and unlock the latch for the rungs. I'm going to grab the rope and push up on the bottom of the ladder at the same time. Sometimes it does help to give just a small wrap around the rope. You don't want to fully entangle your hand, but I'm going to pop it till that rung gets loose, and then I'm going to let it come down. Now, I am kind of letting it guide down on the side of the house, also holding it out just a little bit so that it doesn't just scrape all the siding. Now on my ladder, I can't get it all the way to the bottom until the feet are flipped underneath, so I'm just gonna tip the ladder just a little bit, tip the ladder just a little bit, and that lets those feet get underneath. Now I can take it all the way down. I'm gonna take and lock. I'm also going to take and wrap my rope around and make one simple little knot. I'm going to rotate my ladder, and I'm going to do it in reverse and walk it down. And that is how you safely put up and take down an extension ladder. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this will be helpful at your house. If you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, more to come. I'm James with Learn from Dad. Stay curious, friends.